Hi there. Today we're going to talk about specialty battings. So this is the third in our series about battings, and we're going to talk about some that are just normal and some that are a little crazy tonight. So the first thing we're going to talk about is wool batting. I love wool. I love it, love it, love it. I have rolls of it and I just use it all the time. It's warm in the winter, it's cool in the summer, and it's lightweight. Okay, so that's a nice thing. Wool really shows the definition of your stitching because it's puffy. But wool has to be taken special care of. You can't throw it in a hot washing machine and a hot dryer. You've got to take care of it. You got to wash it cool, dry it cool, and it will last if you do that. Wool is it's warm in the winter, cool in the summer. It has some antimicrobial properties to it, and it's really a great batting. So it is expensive. Wool tends to be on the more expensive side. A lot of times what I will do is, especially when one of the best things about wool and why I use it so much is that it doesn't really hold wrinkles. So if you have to fold your quilts and then, pop them open, it doesn't really hold on to the wrinkles. This is why a lot of show quilters will use wool, or teachers, because my poor samples live in a suitcase, and so they're always squished up, and the ones that are with wool, I pop them out and they look like they're brand new. So that's a great thing. So I forgot what I was going to say otherwise, but anyways, wool is really a great batting. Silk is also an interesting batting. It's very thin, and so I don't use silk much. I've only used it once, and it was for a wall hanging. But I want to use some silk because I understand that it is very good for clothing because it doesn't get you too hot. So because it's thin, you can make a jacket or something. It's not going to show the definition of the quilting like wool would, but it will still be beautiful and it will feel very luxurious. It's got a nice drape to it. So that's something to think about. Both of those battings that we just talked about, wool and silk, also have about a 3 to 5% shrink rate. So those are things to keep in mind. All right, so now the next one we're going to talk about is bamboo. And just for the record, Hobbs doesn't have a bamboo in their line, but there's a couple of brands that I also use their battings, and they do have it. So Winline has 2 bamboos. One is 100% and one is a 50-50 with cotton. And Quilter's Dream has a bamboo as well. Now, bamboo is a crazy thing, right? Because you cut down a stalk of bamboo and 14 more grow. If you've ever tried to get rid of bamboo, you know all about that. So that makes it an earth-friendly choice for batting. And so that just something to know. If being green means something to you, bamboo might be a great choice. I've done a couple of baby quilts with it just to try it out. Not really for babies, more for, I use them as wall hangings. Okay, so, but they say that it will hold up really well. I haven't washed them a million times, so I can't tell you that. But bamboo's out there, and I think that's a newer batting in the last few years, last 10 or so. And so that might be something you want to give a try. And the last one I want to talk about tonight is the weirdest one. This is from Quilter's Dream, and I have felt this. I have never used it. Okay, Adam of Adam So Fun has used it, and he likes it. I don't know. I'm going to have to get some. So it is called Dream Green, and it is a light green. I've seen it. I just haven't used it. It's a very light green, and it is made out of recycled soda bottles. They don't bleach it. That's why it's still that greenish color, because, got the Sprite bottles and stuff in there. But they say that it's, it holds up really well. It has no scrim on it. And they say that you only have to quilt it every 12 inches. So that it might be a fun thing to try for like a t-shirt quilt where you really don't want to quilt over the insignias or whatever, or over a quilt where you've printed pictures and you just want to kind of go around them. I don't know. It's worth a try. It's it's fun stuff. It's actually very soft, and so it's interesting. So, you know, we need to try new things in our lives. Maybe order a crib size one or something, do a wall hanging. One thing about battings is, you know, they all look about the same when you quilt them. A lot of things change when you wash them. So if you're going to do a big project and you're thinking you're going to try something new and you want it to look a certain way, it might be good to get a sample and to quilt it up how you're thinking you're going to quilt it, and then wash it so you can see really how it's going to look. But I think it's fun to try new things, and I hope that some of these videos have helped you a little bit to know about different battings, and I hope you're willing to try something new. So anyways, have fun.